Hello and welcome. It's another edition of IESF and their European qualifiers. We're here in the double elimination bracket. It's been a joy. 2 days of BO1s watching teams kind of do some things. We've seen 5-minute victories and we've seen back and forths and unexpected rollovers of teams that maybe it shouldn't be, but today is finally the playoffs, because if there's anything a qualifier needs, it's a double elimination bracket of playoffs that range this long. So we're going to get into it. It's going to be Belarus against Moldova here in this first BO3 for us. At the same time, Greece will play Poland, Sweden will play North Macedonia, and the Ukraine will play Turkey. So there will be 4 BO3s happening around the globe. And if you've got yourself in the upper bracket, you've got 2 BO3s to qualify for IESF and the WEC and Saudi in November. But if you're in the lower bracket, from this point, if you get knocked down from these teams, it's 3 BO3s additional. And the teams that start in the lower bracket, it's 4 BO3s for them to get into a qualifying spot. So it's a long road for some.
Yeah. It's a long road for, well, I would say a lot of teams, including the favorites in the lower bracket. Well, the teams I would have considered the favorites. We will be seeing some of the highlights from the last couple of days on screen right now, I believe. But in the lower bracket, I'm looking at Team Bulgaria, Peacock. That squad with Mind Control and Lil Pleb and Mastermind sadly barely managed to scrape through and into the lower bracket. And at the very bottom, we've got Hungary facing Kosovo. But if Hungary is there, you know what that means, B-Cop? It means Team Georgia, in the end, was eliminated last night after we went off air, which was a complete surprise for me. I think it's safe to say we all pretty much assumed Team Georgia would be at least getting close to those top 5 slots. Of course, the lower bracket commences a bit later on today. The likes of Team Romania as well. As a Romanian myself, I keep on hyping them up, but realistically speaking, they've been under-delivering for a while now, so maybe they're not one of the top contenders. But Serbia as well, one of the lineups with Mikasa, LeBron, Alexo, that could have a lot of potential, also find themselves with a back towards the wall. So it's quite unfortunate for a lot of those teams, especially for the ones in the upper bracket. Poland, Greece, Sweden, Macedonia, Belarus, Moldova, whoever loses out of this, then you're a team in the lower bracket that wants to climb the ranks, and you have to face probably Bulgaria, probably Poland, and probably, I guess, North Macedonia. It's going to be quite a tough mountain to climb. And I'll be honest, I think after the first 2 series of today, we will start trimming up the fat of the teams that have nothing to do or no chance to contend for the top 5.
Yeah, so at the end of today, we're losing 8 teams because there's going to be 4 teams eliminated in the lower bracket round 1, and then in the lower bracket round 2, we're going to lose 4 more teams. So you'll get rid of 8 more spots, and you'll be at top 8, and you'll need to make it to top 5, basically. And, I actually looked at it. Georgia forfeited their last matchup.
Oh.
So they didn't even play against France. They just forfeited it.
Would it have made a difference, though?
Yeah, because they would have had a tiebreaker potentially. Remember, because they
Yes, they beat.
would
No,
have.
if they beat France, they would have had a tiebreaker.
Yeah, they would have had a win over France. Hungary would have beat Georgia, and France would have beat Hungary. So it would have
Wow.
been a tiebreaker, but they chose not to, I guess.
But they might just go for the Cinderella story. Well, no, they didn't go. Wait, they went for no Cinderella story. They just lost. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. There's only so much we can talk about national pride in this tournament. Sometimes we don't know exactly what happened, of course. Maybe personal issues arose and they couldn't complete their roster for that match, which is sad to see. But let's talk about this upper bracket, right? The first bulk of 4 matches of today are the upper bracket ones, and I'm personally, like we were talking a bit off stream, most excited for that Greece-Poland series. Of course, Nisha, I would assume most likely won't play as he has a lower bracket in just an hour for Team Liquid. So Greece should be the favorites, but Greece have also lost a map in the group stage versus Team Kosovo, which is in the lower bracket. So Greece not flawless compared to Ukraine on the other side of the bracket, and Poland, well, losing as well to the same Ukraine squad last night in the deciding match for the top one. So there's a lot of back and forth in that series. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Do you think Poland can upset Greece without Nisha, or do you think Greece will be steamrolling 2-0?
It definitely looked troublesome because we covered that game between
Yeah.
Ukraine and Poland, and I felt like without Nisha, they lost a lot of their oomph when it came to getting something done. So they lost mid pretty horribly. You'll have Thug, who is a solid mid laner. He is 11K, so it'll be interesting to see. And this
Yeah.
is like it's probably a really tough matchup anybody's going to get because Greece, out of all these teams, is probably the most well chemistried. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely something to be looked out for because I think that team's definitely going to be one of the strongest with the fact that they've got that all together.
Yeah, it's Greece. I would say are not just the most experienced as a unit, but I mean they've been together for so long. And yes, they've had iterations when they would break up, and two or three of the players would try something else. But it seems like they always go back to the same core of players. But yeah, moving on. Another team in this bracket, another matchup in this bracket, rather, is Sweden versus North Macedonia. We've sadly not yet have the pleasure of getting Sweden on stream in the past couple of group stage games, and I believe it might be because it's Sweden. We assume they're going to be making it later on into the tournament, and that's when we get the chance to see them. But North Macedonia has been I guess the Cinderella story of the tournament. They've only lost a single game to Belarus, tying for first in the in Group D or Group C with 4 wins and 1 loss. But can they defeat the big Titans in Sweden? That is the question. Sweden is undefeated, one of the two teams to have yet to drop a map in that Group B. Sweden has a very versatile lineup. Me and Black were talking about this. Are they going to be showing up properly? Because it can feel a bit like a streamer team, but also a streamer team with so much Tier 2 and Tier 1 experience.
Yeah, Sweden feels pretty strong. I mean, that's definitely a tough matchup, but North Macedonia has definitely surprised me. They've looked really good. They had some tough opponents in Serbia and Bulgaria. I think that maybe Denmark and Azerbaijan, not really anything to look at the
Yeah.
moment, considering they're out. But I don't know. North Macedonia might be in here for a shocking turn, and they are two BO3s away from qualifying, which would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very good for this country's national pride and, of course, results historically in Dota to having been great. And now, of course, we set our sights for the first series in the playoffs, which is the one that we will be covering for you on stream. Belarus, Moldova. Let's take a quick look at the roster of Team Belarus. And we've got so bad PO65. Uh, sure, you blank. Double up arrow, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I don't know. Miau and 1J representing the Belarusian squad. I don't know what we're gonna call him. We're just gonna call him Mikita. We're gonna call the hero naming game.
It used to be Lonely, but they've changed their name to something that I truthfully can't pronounce. So I probably stick to the hero name, but
It's an interjection. We go. It's like a. I don't know.
we'll have to see. But Pio is one of those guys who I've seen before. Used to
Yeah.
play with Team Ivy. He looked good with them. He looks good with X Monospa. I think he was the one who ended up getting or replacing. It was one of the other ways, but he was the one who replaced or either got replaced by Nande on that Monospa squad. So, Pio, he's a good player. He's always fun to watch. This matchup between Belarus and Moldova, I would think that Belarus is definitely the ones who have a clear advantage, in my opinion.
Yep, so do I. I would have to say so as we now look at the Moldovan roster. And I think also Moldova in a similar situation, 4 wins, 1 loss, but of course that one defeat was suffered at the hands of the Titans of Team Sweden. We've got Cloud, Yeo, Requiem, Yamakasi, 52, and Tony. Of course, Moldova, a team very close to my heart, as Moldova and Romanians are very, very good friends and a lot of history together, as Moldova used to be part of Romania way before I was alive. So I'm gonna be rooting for the Moldovan boys. Does that mean I think they can do it, B-Cop? I don't want to say no because we've also not seen Moldova on stream this past couple of days, but I think Belarus are quite the heavy favorites actually.
So I'm really glad you said that Moldova used to be part of Romania, because I was gonna ask the stupid American question and just go, the flags are real similar. Like something stupid like that. I was definitely thinking it in my mind, so I'm glad you said something before I even could get out that American thought that I had. And yeah,
Well,
I mean, now I'm looking at a map, and when I was in Bucharest for a while, I didn't realize how close I was.
so history lesson with Waxon here.
Hold on, wait. I'm ready. I had to adjust the glasses.
So Moldova in itself actually is a region, just I believe northeast of Romania. Still part of the country. Yeah. Okay. But the country that we are now covering is the Republic of Moldova, which is essentially the region cut in half. Originally claimed, I believe, back in the early 20th century by Russia, and then later on in the 20th century, they've been given independence, and now they are the Republic of Moldova.
Okay. All right. I heard it's really nice there too. I've heard great things about Moldova.
You know the famous, I guess, song which is in Romanian, the you know that? No, you must know. Yeah, okay. So the song is in Romanian, but it's sang by a Moldovan band.
I am old enough to know that when that got released.
Nice.
I actually don't know if we're like similar age or anything. I'm gonna just assume you're younger than me. So I was alive during that.
I'm gonna look up your age
release
right now.
I'm 31. I don't hide it. I just say it out loud. It's a number I have to get used to, and just breathe. And I try to shave to keep it looking young. I got carded the other day. That felt real good. You're old when getting carded feels so good.
Yep.
Sometimes I let my mutton chops, because I can't grow real facial hair, grow out, and I look kind of ridiculous, but I do look older, and I like looking a little bit older. But then when I shave and I finally get carded again at the bar, great time. Great time. I'm just like, oh, you flatter me. She goes, yeah, no, I'm serious. Are you 18? And I go, oh my God, I'm going to stay here forever. I could live at this bar with you treating me so nicely.
Oh, that is hilarious, actually. Well, you're slightly older than me, but you're not that much older than me. Yeah, no, we're close in age. I think what's the difference? 3-4 years? Yeah, 4 years difference. Yeah.
What shocks a lot of people is that I'm older than Black.
Isn't Black like 55 or something?
People would say that, but they don't know that I'm actually like a couple months older than him.
Oh, wow.
A year older than him.
That is actually shocking.
Yeah, that one's definitely an odd one. He does look older than me. I'm not saying he looks old, but I will say he looks older than I look.
I think it's the musculature, when his muscles are so developed, it look like the muscles of a very mature person. Yes. Maybe someone in their late 40s. Shout out to Black, ladies and gentlemen. We're just joking here, of course, with all love, Black.
Oh, no, I'm never joking. When I see him, he knows I'm not joking. And then he goes, okay, so for our workout today, and I go, oh, no. He goes, you're doing 50 squat sets, and I just go, is this because I made that joke earlier? And he goes, yes.
Does he ever, are you not impressed with his diet? Because, when I met Black, he would always eat, cake, and he goes, oh, no, I'm just doing it for a few days. I'm like, yes, but it's been, 10 days now. You're still eating only cakes.
Yes, so last WEC that we went to, we were in Saudi Arabia, and we were friends. We're friends with a lot of the Arabic talent out there, because we've met them a couple times. And these two guys, Red and Ibrahim, they took us out for desserts, and we went there, and it was me, Black, Snare, Nomad, and Jeeves for that event. And so we went out to have cake, and Black ordered one of everything. I have the photo. He ordered one of everything, and we were all there. We must have been at that dessert place for an hour or two, kind of watching as the king ate. He was like, do you guys want to try this? And then he'd cut us off a little slice and finish. And they were small cakes. They were cakes. It was, oh my God, it was insane. He eats like that, and then he stays super thin. It's so crazy to me. He eats on the diet that you'd feel like you'd see on a documentary for My 700-Pound Life or something like that.
Does he eat cookies? And there's the reason I'm asking this.
I don't think so. I think he just eats cake. Like I think cake is
Oh,
just his go-to dessert.
okay. Well, Belarus went for the cookies because we actually have a Snapfire first pick in this draft. This is just a reminder to everybody at home. This is the first best of three we're covering on stream this whole weekend long. So far, Bcom mentioned it, only best of ones, but playoffs will be exclusively best of threes until we get to the seeding matches, of course. So this changes up the ball game completely. If we've seen some teams upset the others, I'm expecting the favorites to actually come out on top of these ones. Even if you do somehow drop a map to some cheese strats, we've seen a lot of Broodmother be picked in the last couple of days. Well, you'll just ban its second game and then win 2-1. But yeah, what do you think about this opener Snapfire first pick to respond, I guess, to the Hoodwink?
Don't ask me questions like this. We've seen this 1,000 times. I still don't know the answer. No, but in all seriousness, it's just we've seen this. I think it's just there's a lot of comfort in Snapfire and Hoodwink right now. Hoodwink's just like one of those fours that we're gonna continue to see constantly. I think when you're a team that maybe isn't the favorite, you're gonna fall back on heroes that should give you a percentage boost. I would say in terms of like, yeah, Hoodwink is one of those heroes that scales well. Maybe if you're not the better team, you can get into the late game in a good feeling. We used to see a lot of that. I would say in DPC when the lower teams that came from Div 2 would play these like definitely S tier teams,
Yeah,
and they like knew they couldn't win the lanes that well, but if they could get into the late game, they had a chance. So Doom here kind of changes that ideology. I think Doom's a lane winner, and he's definitely one of those heroes that just like obviously gets a lot of gold. You throw a Doom out there, it hints at maybe going for a Grimstroke 5. I'm always a fan of that. We've
I love
seen
that.
Grimstroke a couple times, me and you together, and
Yeah,
we haven't seen anything that combos with it. The few times we saw Grimstroke, there was nothing that went with it, and it makes
literally
no
nothing.
sense. I
Yeah.
don't understand that because that is a hero that, truth be told, yes, Inkswell is going to be a good enough spell for that hero to coast, but you want to get the most out of Soulbind, and Doom is one of those heroes that gives you that.
Yeah, and I think it's weird, like you mentioned with the Grimstroke. Sometimes you see the Grimstroke as a counter to the Batrider. You go the Shard Inkswell route, and at least he dispels that. But sometimes it's like there's nothing there anyway. And we'll see. Moldova has the chance to get it here, but they're gonna go for the Enchantress first. Um, hmm.
That's I mean, it's not getting the Grimstroke, which is fine. You know, Grimstroke isn't mandatory. Enchantress, depending on the build, can be very. I mean, both builds are very annoying. Impetus build is very annoying in lane. You're taking a good amount of damage. You're gonna be the 5 here as Enchantress, but
Yeah.
the enchant Nature's Attendance build, where you don't take really any points in Impetus and you just basically enchant, slow them, you and your carry attack them, and then you just heal up and you're just a pain in the ass. Also very annoying.
Yeah. And it's like you said, it's a safe opener, right? Enchantress, Doom, Hoodwink, and nothing necessarily flashy. Both, well, all three very solid heroes. I would argue maybe the Doom not so much, but of course Doom is great, if not even excellent, as a counter to Brewmaster. If you are the one getting the jump,
Yeah, I agree with that. Brewmaster Snapfire, I think we might see full bore. Snapfire could go mid, of course, but we'll see like full bore, and then they'll just it's what we talked about it what 10 times yesterday, 20,000 times
probably.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Cinder Brew activation in lane just feeling so strong.
Yeah. I mean, we still don't have the position one, of course, for Moldova. And Enchantress is usually quite a good lane presence for a support, but obviously she doesn't have a stun. And
Whoa.
Bel Belarus. See, I was thinking the reason they went Doom Enchantress is because usually Doom is a good counter to Enchantress. You just eat the creep. But obviously Nyx Assassin does similarly now.
Yeah, with
Um,
the W
yeah,
mana
second spell.
mana flare,
Mind Flare.
mind flare.
That's the
Yeah,
one. That's like a Stranger Things reference, I believe.
maybe.
Anyway,
Well, we'd have to
anyway,
ask somebody at Valve.
yeah.
So now
Sven,
Sven carry, which
that's good.
Sven is good, but recently we had been seeing a lot more
Support.
support Sven, and I will say that Sven, based on what I remember from PO, is a PO hero. At
Mhm.
least when he was playing for X Spa, I want to say that that was a go-to of his, and I could take a look at his profile real quick. And obviously, the 3 signature heroes are not that hero. However, Dota's been happening for a long time, and that signature heroes on Wikipedia doesn't get changed that much. So I'm just going to definitely.
But that's Moldova, right? Moldova's playing
So,
this Sven.
yeah, I'm just saying it would be
Okay.
a take, like a pick ban, basically. Like you've picked
Yeah,
it to take it
stealing
away
it.
from
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
PO. Yeah.
I think Sven is also very good at dealing with Brewmaster. I assume most likely this Sven will be going for the what's it called? The Wrath of God facet, not the heavy plate, which is the support route we're seeing. And then you get to like level 14, level 16, and you completely just melt the Brewlings if he does manage to pop it without the Doom.
Hmm. Looking at all these PO Sven picks.
I'm a Lina
Not many
player.
of them.
I'm a Lina
Ooh.
player. I play Lina 4, and I think Lina's very
Oh.
strong. Of course, this is going to be most likely a mid Lina, which means the Snap will be flexed to support, which is kind of what you predicted. Snap, Brew on lane. And I think
Yeah.
Lina is in a very good point right now, but nobody really plays it in Tier 1 Dota, and I wonder why that is.
You see it sometimes. I'm gonna actually look at its Riyadh stats because I feel
Yeah,
like that's
please
a
do.
big gauge of, you know, what's popular. Do this really quickly. It's been picked once.
Okay, that's what I mean. Nobody's playing it.
Damn. All right. It got picked by LGD. They lost, and I mean that's not surprising. As an LGD fan, it was with a Sven as well, surprisingly, but it was a 5-position Sven, and it was Shiro who played it in the safe lane. So it wasn't even a mid Lina; it was a
Hmm.
safe lane Lina, which is even more surprising. And they played it with a mid Earth Spirit
Well, no wonder they lost.
against Sand King Phoenix lane. Actually, sorry, no, wait. Sorry, the Sand King went mid. I'm lying. Jesus, it was a Slark off lane with Snapfire. Okay, I'm gonna have to go watch that game after this. Jesus, Slark Snapfire off lane. Falcons are kind of onto something. They cook. They definitely cook a lot.
I hate that. I don't want. Please don't no slugs in my pubs, please. Not off lanes
All
at
right,
least.
I didn't say that out loud, but they're the ones causing that, so it's not me.
Uh, Monkey King from Moldova somehow making his way to the very last pick. I think an absolute S tier hero in this patch. It's great to see it come out here, but Belarus will respond with a Bat Rider, which is obviously a great way of just melting all the trees in the area and getting on top of this Monkey King.
Yeah, but this is a very squishy Belarusian team. Jesus. Uh,
I,
okay.
I'm gonna say this. I actually think Moldova won the draft.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty tanky lineup. This feels very, very tough. Also, I'm seeing 2 Bat Riders. I don't know if you're seeing that at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. And 2 Monkey Kings.
No, I'm not seeing that, but I'm only
No,
seeing 2.
I've
It's
seen 2 better.
usually, I believe, I thought that it used to get bugged when they'd pause before the game started, but I don't think they did that. But Bat Rider, Monkey King mid?
Yeah, of course. No, it's Monkey King 100%. Monkey mid, Doom off lane, Sven safe lane. I think that's classic. The only question is, can this Monkey King handle the pressure that will be applied from the Bat Rider?
So I think Bat wins
Wait,
that matchup.
wait, is that a Bat support? No.
No. Snapfire is a support because it's so bad
Okay.
on the. It wouldn't be a mid Nix.
Yeah.
I would
No,
call it GG faster than Slovakia did if it was a mid Nix.
I'm
Sorry.
surprised that the Bat went for that facet. That's what I was wondering because we most often see the Stoked. But I guess it makes sense. You're going for the Arsonist to deal damage to the structures with the Bat Rider. So I think that's I don't think I've seen it in action actually since the introduction of the facet. Definitely not in a pro game. So let's see how fast the Bat Rider can actually take towers down now with this facet.
So my thought process is you're looking to win the lane, and I think you do that against Monkey King. I think you're in
Your
a good
range.
spot to win the lane. Yeah. You're ranged. You should be able to just soak them in sticky napalm. But it ends up being Monkey King just goes wand, no bottle, and boots. So like, we'll see if he survives that. But then I guess the mindset is also we push quickly with Snapfire and then the Bat Rider with this and the Lena. I guess.
Okay, let's see. Are they gonna go for a first blood? I think Moldova. Both teams actually have pretty good level 1 fights, so maybe that's why they're playing both on each other's high ground. No, well, on their own high grounds. I also would like to say that Belarus has a bit of a timer on their lineup, considering that Lena is gonna be their main carry. Rubicon's contesting there. Okay.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I don't think he dies to that, and that doesn't feel great. Good stun there by 1J.
Blood grenade as well.
Grenade kind of unneeded.
That was kind of an interesting one. I don't know what was happening there. There's also a few more right clicks traded.
No, Low Shredder's already on cooldown. A lot of damage traded there. More so from Belarus than Moldova. Also, I believe their offlaner is the 6-minute god.
Yeah. I believe he might be.
The CTY himself. Yeah, you could already see Yayo is not enjoying this. Balance Strike level 1 is how would I put this?
Questionable.
Potentially lane losing.
Okay, wow.
I think so. He can't respond. He can't get Jingu. Like, there's not much he could do here. And now First Blood happens bottom. Like, this is really pretty bad for him mid.
It's an awful
now he's level 2. Now he's got Jingu. He can kind of hit back. Balance Strike allows him to get the Jingu off. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. If Moldova needs to win the top lane, I think mid and bottom will be complete utter dominations from the Belarus squad, just because of the hero matchups. And Yayo needs to get. I guess I've seen Monkey Kings go rotate level 3, but not from the mid lane. That's why this hero is so good on the side lanes, because he can use the twin gates. But that was a nice stun.
that was a good stun, and this Cinderbrew is gonna get worse. Level 1 enchant worthless with Mind Flare on Nyx. Pretty worthless, truthfully. I mean, that's unfortunate. Like, you could see Snapfire just basically pushing away this Hoodwink.
Yeah, I think the little Shredder needs a bit of a nerf. I understand the reason they kind of gave it a few buffs is because they want to make it viable as a mid, but no, Rubicon?
And Mind Flare burning, but not dying, has level 2, thankfully, from Enchantress. But Cinderbrew will be back in just a second. Mind Flare is available. My question is the Nyx just going to go, like, max and impale Mind Flare?
No, I don't think so. Not when you play into...
one level of Spike Carapace?
I think Spike Carapace is so valuable when you play into Hoodwink, Cleave, Scorched Earth. You kind of need it.
Yeah, but it would be, if anything, 4/4/1.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
you only need one level in it. And for now, Sven's not even taking the Cleave. Obviously, you don't want the Cleave early on. You don't want to push out the lane too far. You need, for a lane like this, you need to control the wave as much as possible.
I'm going to be fully honest. I'm surprised that Doom even has 9 last hits here.
How many from Scorched Earth is the question. Like, that definitely helps.
Well.
And there's one from Devour.
He looks like eating the electric arrays here.
Yeah, and just this little Shredder doing so much damage. Mid is a slaughter right now. In terms of CS.
Obviously, it's still early on. Only a single kill has been given away, but of course, 1,000 gold lead already for the Radiant side. And Yayo is level 4 now. I think he should start actually pushing the wave with the Primal Spring and then go rotate around the map, but he doesn't want to do that just yet as he keeps getting pushed back by the sticky napalm.
Oh yeah, I think Requiem's in trouble. Scatterblast in 4 seconds. Like, you can definitely dive this tower, Scatterblast, a little shredder if you wanted to, and the full board just makes it so easy to hit. Really rough. Top's kind of gotten a little bit better, but you can see that if they choose to, they can attack this Sven. But the heal, what? Did they take 2 in Nature's Attendance? No, they took 2 in Enchant, surprisingly enough.
One of the downsides of Sven carry build when you take this facet is that his base damage is completely reduced. You're trading Sven's potential for a kill in lane for how strong he becomes in the mid to late game, right? So that's why we see these right clicks basically dealing close to no damage on the Brewmaster and the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and that with Brew already having 7 armor. Nyx has 5 himself. Like, I don't think you're getting a kill even without that reduction.
Mid?
But mid lane, getting the kill on the Bat Rider, making a rotation, that's huge because this Bat Rider was having a free lane and top almost dies. But yeah, getting that kill on the Bat Rider, catching him a little bit out, now allows Yeo to kind of get to level 6, but Doom's in trouble. A little shredder, the Bushwhack didn't land, and they still don't get this kill. With Monkey King making the rotation, this is going to be another kill for them in the Dire side.
Ooh, nice LSA.
Yeah, it will be, it will be.
Bad Rider's TPing bottom. Does not have level 6, though.
Yeah, he's about a couple creeps out of it, and they're going to get this courier, and then they're going to be able to get this Hoodwink.
Whoa.
Oh, still can't get Hoodwink. But it forces out the Wukongs. Now you just go back mid, and you start farming up. LSA doesn't land. Pio's in trouble. Nobody to stop the chase. I think this TP's actually potentially going to hurt him, but it doesn't even matter. The TP doesn't get there in time.
Really?
And he still can't get the kill. Ugh, yikes.
Wow. What a turn of events from Moldova. The spellcasting and, like, the camaraderie between the players to just completely rotate. We saw that. Help in mid from the Hoodwink, then the rotate from the Monkey King, and that is the strength of the Monkey King. That's why this hero is so high regarded. Like, look at him even now. Okay, he's gonna die now, but...
Yeah, Lasso with the burn, they got him. That's a Nyx Assassin coming over. 7-minute mark. It will be Doom who probably picks up this Wisdom Rune, also stacking at the same time. And then they do use the scan to see if anybody's taking theirs, but 1J will get that. He'll be level 5 and a 4th, just about.
And on the back of that kill on the Lina and the Bat Rider dying, now the Sven is topping the network chart. Not the network chart, the last hit one.
Yeah, right now he's keeping up with the Lina. Despite the death on the Lina, staying up there. And it's an easy farming lane for Lina. Just having that rotation, unfortunately, for Pio makes that a little bit tougher. Cloud Strife, disconnecting. Similar to the name of, what, Cloud Strike that went down yesterday for everybody?
Yeah,
Or 2 days
it was
ago?
2 days ago, I think. Yeah, that does... Oh, man.
Internet connection. All of Cloud Strife is gone.
Can I just go home? Yeah.
Wonder if that... I mean, it clearly didn't affect Dota.
No, it didn't even affect
Dota still happened.
workplace either. Okay, let's look at the levels. Yes, there's a good one. Only level 7 on the Bat Rider, no level 6 on anybody else on the Belarus side, despite a good start. Similarly, Yayo, the only one with level 6. We will get faster level 6s, I believe, on both Pio and Meow before anybody else on the Dire side. So that's going to be pretty rough. Also, Meow going for the Urn build up on the Brewmaster. Interesting. I don't think I've seen this that much in the last couple of weeks, where people just prefer rushing double Bracer Radiance.
We saw, I think, the Brewmaster that lost to the Brood build it. Think. Yesterday. Don't quote me on that.
No, I won't. I won't.
I'm gonna check. What game was that? That was what was the game that we saw that Broodmother in?
France. France was playing Broodmother.
Yeah,
It was
France, Hungary.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then that Brewmaster, it says Double Bracer Radiance, but I swear to God we saw him get, somebody got Vessel. For sure. Wow, because we definitely saw it yesterday. Let me see if it's not there as a big item.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the facet on the Doombringer? He has the Devil's Bargain, selling his items for 90% of the value. Do you think that's actually... Because I think that's a bit of a bait. I honestly think that's a bit of a bait facet. But I have heard Amar actually argue that it's really good. So what are your thoughts on it?
I think the other day at EWC... What was the scenario? I mean, getting rid of your Midas for 90% of the gold when you eventually don't need it is pretty great. And then I believe he had gotten like pipe.
Okay.
And then somebody else was building pipe. When they got pipe, he sold his pipe. And then you had 90% of that gold still ready to go. So I think it was all right.
Okay. Makes sense.
I think it was good. It allows you to kind of maybe build items you need for the moment and then get rid of them.
Also, have I asked you about this? Do you think, like I do, that the Enchantress Innate is the worst in the game? She gets an extra neutral item.
I mean, that one and the Marcy one stink.
What is the Marcy one? Oh, the courier one. I think that's not great, but I kind of hate it when I play against the Marcy and I'm trying to kill couriers, so I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's true, but I still think it's whatever.
Yeah. That's true.
It's bleh at best.
We're back in the game now, and Tony's trying to farm a stack with the Scorched Earth.
Yeah, he's going into that Midas. Phase Boots Midas, so he's trying to do that. We'll see if this Spirit Vessel is enough. Batrider back to just doing work. Going Phase Boots themselves. Blink Dagger after that with a 4-staff Dragon Lance. When Nyx hits 6, I can definitely see this team really go to pop off. Because then you're gonna go 6. You have so many targets I think that are easy to kill. I think the Hoodwink and Enchantress melt, and if you catch the Doom without
help
protection, they're dead.
I would argue even the Monkey King isn't that safe in the early levels from all the burst magic damage from the Radiant side. Pair him up with a Lina or of course, a Batrider. It's great. Wait, did you see that? 1G mind flared a fortified creep.
Did it die?
Yes.
Was it on the edge of fortification?
Like... No, he just killed the creep, fully fortified.
Have to test that. Also, Nyx Assassin going without boots. You still have 360 movement speed.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Pretty quick book.
Also, the innate of being able to see invisible targets around you? Like, what?
Yeah, Sven might be dead here. Oh, boy. That's not good. That's a dead Sven. Not getting 6 on that kind of sucks for this Nyx Assassin. I'll tell you one thing. Now that he's 6, I was going to say, if you got 6 immediately off of that, you Vendetta, you turn and you go.
They're going for
unobstructed pathing. Doesn't even need to go for the Hoodwink, which means Monkey King might actually be in trouble. Yep. Oh, missing the stun. He hits that stun. I think the Monkey King's dead too.
And this is the turnaround point that you were predicting would happen as soon as Nyx level 6. Sven is using the God Strength to find some ancient stacks, but probably for the foreseeable, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, Moldova will be on the back foot. They are not going to have the tools to get engaged in this fight. As I say that, they're going to find a Doom kill with the on the Brewmaster.
Oh. I was going to say, will they?
Okay. I mean, that shouldn't have happened. I don't know what Meow did. Why was he going there? You know, they killed your tower. They most likely have an observer ward on the top cliff. So, bit of a mistake. But Moldova, good at punishing it, apparently.
I will say this, and I know this sounds stupid. Tactical.
Yeah, that does sound stupid.
Because now the only thing you know that's stopping you is Doom, right? And now Doom is on cooldown for 100 seconds. You know Sven is not a hero. He doesn't have much of anything yet. So you should feel the ability to just be aggressive here. And that's what they're going to do. They've got the Cyclone on the Sven. The LSA lands onto this Doom. Pig pole, but one day he's got Vendetta if he wants to go for this, if he needs that extra damage, but they don't. It's like knowing Doom's down, knowing that they have no protective spells, you just go. Bat Rider, though, that's unfortunate that he's all alone.
And it's a killing spree. This does get taken by Requiem, but at least the Monkey King leached some of that golden XP there. And now we have the level 6 on all the heroes on the Dire side as well. Oh,
like,
Monkey.
You know, no, without Monkey King, yeah. I mean, yeah. And he's going to have Dagon soon, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, now that you know that Doom was on cooldown for so long, that's why they're able to make that move over bottom and go for the Sven in this Doom. So that's, yeah. Did Brew die? Yes. But did he get back quickly enough where he participates in those 2 kills? Also, yes. So I think value at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's why one of the reasons we see less and less Doom, because he doesn't bring that much to the table when his Doom is in cooldown, and whereas the likes of Brewmaster, Beastmaster, Darkseer, they do so much good work even without their big cooldown ultimates. And now he's gonna go for the Radiance. Okay, so yeah, just instead of buying double or triple Bracer, he just went for the Spirit Vessel. I think I definitely appreciate that. But now Tony...
He might die here. Warmer's Kisses.
Turn around, though.
That'll help. Oh, he doomed. Oh, no. They better hope they get this kill on the Brewmaster, but it might just be short. Oh, the Monkey King. Nice. Yeah, that clears it up. But again, now Doom on cooldown. They can still take this fight. They've got the Wukong's command. Bat Rider's in it for a second. The Vendetta is here if they want to just go for this Monkey King inside his own Wukong's. He's not really strong enough where this feels bad at all. And that is a 3-for-1 again, where Doom just does not feel... Once it's down, it doesn't feel like you really have any protections.
The Dragonlance phase boots are completed on the Bat Rider. Not a sentence I thought I'd say anytime soon. A lot of damage being dealt. Yes, so the kisses were tanked. Well, quite heavily there, and then a couple of scatter blasts. Are we actually seeing a Dragonlance build? Is this? Am I dreaming? Did I not wake up in time for the broadcast today?
No, you got a, extra attack range. I like it. Fine. It's one of those value items, stats, value stats.
But clearly, if you...
Oh, Monkey King. You're lucky there's no lasso. I say that.
He's dead anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. But clearly, if you go Dragonlance, you get threads, not phase boots, right?
Nah, you want the phase boots anyway. There's a Bat Rider. They're still trying to get this. Like, you gotta pop God Strength. You gotta hope you get something out of this. But there's Primal Split available.
Tony's just dying.
Yeah, another Spirit Vessel charge. He's burning pretty low, but now they've got Sven out without the rest of his team, and they're gonna Cyclone kill him very quickly. We've talked about it. They get these towers pretty quick with the fact that the Bat Rider now has the sticky napalm for the towers with that facet. Little Shredder will be there in a second, too.
Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses. And I don't know if Moldova has completely misread the situation and they thought they are way stronger than they are, but at that point, you just gotta sacrifice, well, the Doom and then some towers. Because you want to keep on farming on this Venom. I guess that's what he did, but you can't do that when there's 5 Radiant opponents nearby, like that vicinity of the Ancient Camp.
He got strength and then died. So, like,
Yeah.
he's not farming well.
He got
It
the
ain't
strength
great.
of gods and he then got sent to the gods.
Yeah, very quickly, too. And that was a fight without the Lina.
Okay, if we're gonna have to get this Hurricane Pike done, yeah, odds
Un-
on us getting a lasso, Hurricane Pike breaking the lasso.
no, because you would just you'd just force staff yourself.
So 0.
Yeah, 0% chance. Yeah, I think they're not screwing that up.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Nick's assassin on your tail.
Got Carapace.
Nobody's here though. He could Carapace, but nobody's here with him. And the sentry's down. He needs. It's time to go. Even worse.
No.
Even worse. Even worse. And I think the Sven's doing the smart thing. He's trying to bait him towards the sentry and the rest of his team.
But
And
Lena's there now.
yeah, and now the rest of the team is here. So they've
Doom?
let this Nyx go all the way forward, spike Carapace it all, and they allowed him to do this by not just killing him. Oy.
That was a 4-for-1, and that's the definition of a tactical beat up.
No, they didn't even kill anybody. It was a 4 for none.
Yeah. Tactical. Look,
I thought you said
Rubicon.
4 for 1.
No. So 4 for none.
Ah.
See, I don't think it's a draft issue. I'll be fully honest. I think that the draft from Moldova is pretty good. Okay, the Knicks is very pesky, but you gotta be able to deal with it and, play around each other, and then, don't bait him for 50 seconds. Just bait him for 20 and kill him. It's just Belarus is playing so much more efficiently around the map. Like, they're squeezing the map in, and oh my god.
Oh, they're playing around the cooldowns. They're playing around everything so well. And Clift, they're getting kills while this is going on. 3 more dead. That's a solo kill for the Bat Rider. They'll call GG. Game 1 goes to Belarus. I mean, yeah, there's no winning this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, there was no winning that game. They got outplayed real heavily. That one was... They had that kill mid. I think that was their okay point. But again, like, that Doom got used. They had no protections afterwards. And that was it. And then Belarus was off to the races. There was no stopping that. And I think that was really well played. Knowing that they had free reign of the map to get those kills and not let Sven farm and not let these heroes get out of control. Because Sven, give him enough time, he'll be there. Yeah. But Doom went Midas. He's got nothing going for him. Your Monkey King got slapped, so he's not doing anything. He's a creep. And that was it. I mean, that was a good game from Belarus. Made it look really easy.
It's actually quite concerning if you're a Moldovan fan. Of course, we knew this was a bit of a mismatch for them. It's unlucky. You get second in your group stage, and then you face up such a strong team. But even still, if you think about it, Belarus is not the highest seed in this entire bracket, so maybe you were kind of lucky. But this is kind of where I thought it was gonna. Well, this was the beginning of the end, where the Snapfire completely channeled full kisses on top of 2 targets, and then they still tried to go for it. They managed to get a kill, but it was too late. The full rotation was here, and they ended up losing basically everybody on the Dire side. A very, very hard start for them in this best of 1, but it's still early in the day. And it's not best of 1 in this map number 1 of the best of 3. So there is time for them to bounce back, but Moldova also doesn't have the experience of some of the players on the Belarus side. So let's see how their mentality will be into this second map, right? Because when you lose in such a strong fashion, we know sometimes teams that haven't played a lot of Tier 1, Tier 2 Dota can just completely falter.
Right, yeah. So we'll have to see if they can kind of come back. I mean, it's going to be tough. I don't know if it'll be that easy for them. It's tough after thinking that the draft coming out of that draft, it's going to go well, but we'll see if they can back it up. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with game number 2 in a moment. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. We are here again with Belarus against Moldova. Easy first game for Belarus, wouldn't you say?
I think that was a complete showcase of why Belarus has, 4 players with Wikipedia profiles on their squad. And I also have realized one reason why Belarus is actually slowly becoming my favorite team in this qualifier, and that is because in the lobby, So Bad has a profile picture of Santa Claus, but it's not just any Santa Claus picture, Peacock. It's the same Santa Claus picture that one of the people that inspires me in life inspires me. That's a lie. One of the people I really am impressed with what they have achieved in life has on their chess profile, and that is Magnus Carlsen, the best chess player alive. So, chess, Dota, they've always made comparisons between the two of them, and if they've got such a mastermind behind them or with them in the squad, I'm not surprised they are doing so well.
Okay, I was gonna say you were impressed with Santa Claus and what he does.
Well,
I thought that's where you were where you were going, but no, yeah, I get it. It's fine. Whatever. It's I'll tell him to keep you on the nice list anyway. It's fine. But yeah, well, I mean, this second game, if you're the side of Moldova, you have to really tighten up.
absolutely.
That's for sure. Otherwise, you're in some big trouble.
It's
I
now or
believe
never.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's now or next series in the lower bracket.
You might face Bulgaria, which I don't think it will be easier. I'm just saying.
It could be easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a shot. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. I think there's definitely a chance. We'll see.
Yeah, truly, we'll have to wait and see. But this time around, Moldova will at least have the luxury of overall last pick, which I think in recent months, even before 736, has still been the rather more valuable one, as you get the chance to round up your draft with everything you want. And first pick is not as important as it used to be in past years because there's a lot of S tier picks that even if you ban 7 heroes, there's still another 3 or 4 that will still be available depending on the preference.
Right. Definitely. So we'll have to see how this goes, how this draft goes out. Hopefully, it's not just the same Snapfire hoodwink that we continue to see in these drafts. I pray for something just a little bit different. Hopefully. Maybe. Potentially. Let's see. Bunch of bans.
I want to see the Brewmaster be banned out actually from Moldova here. I think they had the heroes to actually have not a dominate lane, but like survive the lane, and they just didn't. And let's say they get the Brewmaster as again on the Belarus side, and you don't get the heroes to kind of survive the lane, you will get even more embarrassed in that matchup. So I'll just ban him out. Again, I don't value him as much as the Beast and Darks here, but they've already been bad out, so why not take him out of the pool? Let's see what Belarus want to go for afterwards. Are they gonna go for the Underlord? Are they gonna go for the Wind Ranger offlane that we've seen some teams play in this tournament?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people have been liking the Windrunner. We'll see if that continues to be the trend. Who knows? It's always interesting to see if trends stick once you get to the BO3s, right?
Yeah. They're taking a lot of time actually. They banned the Hoodwink. Fine. But burning through reserve time for the fourth ban, it's quite curious.
And there goes the Hoodwink. So at least we don't have that Hoodwink Snapfire combo that we have constantly seen. Which is fun. I'm happy with that. Something new, something fresh.
One of the heroes that I think is quite valuable nowadays, but nobody's running it in European qualifiers. I've seen a bit of play in EWC. Is the Crystal Maiden as a support. The teams kind of stay away from it here, which is fine. I just think it could be a good way of dealing with like the likes of Enchantress, who has a neutral creep, catching these pesky targets that want to be elusive, jumping in, out, like the Monkey King, like the Weavers that we see even with the Bat Rider. Although yes, the Crystal Maiden is a bit squishy, and we see a lot of teams take control early on, and then if you have a squishy support, you're just gonna be cannon fodder. But Snapfire will be banned by Belarus themselves, and they're gonna open up with the Rubik.
Cool. I'm happy with this. Something different. Thank God. Never been happier in my life.
Phoenix, also one of these heroes that sees a lot of contention in some regions right now, but not that much playtime in the European qualifiers here for IESF. Of course, picking Phoenix into Rubik is not necessarily an easy thing to do, but
Hmm.
Moldova will respond with the Phoenix himself. Okay, what am I talking about? Uh, I guess at the same time, Fire Spirits stolen by Rubik are not great. And after you pop Supernova, you instantly use Fire Spirits so Rubik doesn't steal your ultimates, which is not it's not that hard to do. You know, just you explode, you press W.
Hmm. I like the Rubik pick. I'm a fan, but we've seen Phoenix feel very strong. I was gonna say, is Brew already banned? And the answer is yes. So it's a big, very important, honestly. So if they weren't banned still, that could have been an issue.
Hmm. Pango banned out and Jakiro taken out as well. Jakiro could be used as a way to deal with the Phoenix Egg. And now Sanking. I like this from Moldova. They're going for what is considered by many a really, well, top tier mid laner nowadays. Although I gotta say, in ISF, it's mostly been picked as an offlaner.
Yeah. Well, the game we were talking about before, it was picked mid, so maybe they're going off lane Slark. Who knows? Could be trying for something a little bit different.
I mean, maybe on the side of Belarus, I wouldn't mind seeing that because like they're one game up in the upper bracket. They are not just in theory. I think they've showcased already that they are the more skilled team, and they're gonna go for the Marcy, which is another way of approaching breaking the Phoenix Egg with the Unleash.
Yeah, that and I mean Snap is also in there. Windrunner, we've seen deal with it. See if that ends up being the case.
I've seen Ogre, Bloodlust to own a hero, and they just right click Phoenix. I actually think Ogre is not good in this current patch, but some teams still like it for some reason. I completely dislike the um, learning curve facet. I think it's a complete bait, and you completely drop off after the first 10 minutes of the game. But I guess you're an ogre magi, so you don't care that much. You want to dominate the lane, maybe. Anyway, just my thoughts about a hero that we're most likely not going to see today. And yeah, I'm just a hater, Bcop. You know, I hate ogre. I hate coddle mid. Coddle mid is the one that I truly hate, actually.
Fair enough. I know you're despised for Coddle. I can't believe you hate that guy so much. Such
I like
a
coddle, but not mid. Not mid.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You know what? I'll take it. I feel like that's fair. Elder Titan coming out, I like,
Good.
but it does give you 3 support options, and I'm wondering who's going where.
Rubik mid, PogChamp. Rubik mid versus Sanking mid. Oh.
It definitely could be.
They might be cooking with this one.
I wouldn't be surprised with what we've seen so far.
I mean, we've had Marcy offlane, Marcy safe lane. That's always a possibility. We can even go crazy and think this could be an ET offlane, maybe. Although I don't want to see that. I actually think the way to go here is putting the Rubik mid lane. But the fact that you've got so much flex potential is great for Belarus because Moldova then will have to make decisions on your behalf, right? If you don't reveal anything to them, they might just need to take assumptions and be like, okay, well, we think this is how they're playing, so let's see how we can play versus that tactic, and then you do a switcheroonie and you outsmart your opponents.
Bearbreaker Enchantress straight up like that. Interesting.
Okay, I mean they like their enchantress. Clearly, they ran it in the first game, but this means we're getting a Spirit Breaker core.
Could be offlane Phoenix.
Okay, offlane Phoenix or offlane Spirit Breaker with a mid Sanking. I guess it could be Spirit Breaker mid. Could be Phoenix mid. I have seen Phoenix mid actually. I don't think it was good, but I had seen it.
Yeah.
People just like trying stuff. You know, if Black would be here, Black would say, no, Enchantress mid, Phoenix carry,
I do it in my pubs all the time.
Uh, Yeah,
Let's see what.
the one he came to me a few months ago was Bane mid. He was like, "It's so good, you gotta try it." I'm like, "No, why would I do that
Yeah,
to myself?"
he loves Bane mid.
Oh,
Really
have
does
you
love
tried
him.
it?
No, I have not tried it.
I would
There's
rather try
Doom again.
this time for Belarus.
Eesh.
I would much rather try a mid than do Bane mid. I'll be oddly real.
I think it's good, truthfully.
Wait, the Bane or the AA?
AA mid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think so too. I think Dendy was the one playing it for a couple of years, wasn't he? Dendy was going for the AA mid, Witch Doctor mid for bait. There was some cool strats coming up for him with the first TI winner. Anyway, speaking of cool strats, what am I watching from Belarus? Because now this is clearly not an ET offlane. It's clearly not a Marcy offlane.
Uh,
I mean, Doom could be mid. Okay, we've seen Maureen do it. That is true. Be caught by yes.
I was gonna say maybe it's Marcy safe,
Okay, yeah.
but you could still do Rubik mid and Marcy 4, Elder Titan 5.
There's a lot of melee heroes for Belarus. Maybe something that Moldova could punish, especially when you're playing Sanking Phoenix. That could be very hard to get on top of the egg in the mid to late game when Sanking will have the Sandstorm Ags and you want to just go break the Supernova.
Right. Anti-mage ban. I mean, they already banned the Medusa as well, so surprising to see the anti-mage ban.
I guess if this is a Rubik mid, Anti-Mage Mana Void on the Rubik is big.
Right. Mm.
Do you think they wanted to pick the Medusa and ban the Anti-Mage and they banned them both by mistake?
No. No. Because then they wouldn't ban the anti-mage afterwards.
Yeah, true. They're
Five
4
seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
Okay, they picked. It wasn't a random. They go Ursa. Okay, that's not bad.
Nice.
That's good against the Phoenix Egg. Solid pick.
Great versus all the Moldova heroes, actually. No saying they've got too much melee and they could get punished, but Ursa loves getting up close and personal, right-clicking, Sanking, Spirit Breaker, even Inch.
Ooh, PL. I kind of like that.
Wow. Is this a first in IESF? Definitely the first on stream, I think.
Definitely a first on stream, but it is a mid Rubik. Mid Sand King against mid Rubik, safe lane Phantom Lancer, off lane Phoenix.
They're
I
cooking.
don't know. Off lane Phoenix kind of scares me with the fact that you've got an Ursa against you. I don't know if you're going to get much done.
So it's offlane Phoenix with position 4 Spirit Breaker.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see the thought process behind it, and I think it could be really good in the well, as soon as both of the heroes hit level 6. You go Supernova, Spirit Breaker just charges through the targets that want to hit the egg, be it the Ursa or the Marcy, I suppose. But you know what? Based on that game 1 performance, I'm not gonna change my mind. I'm still going with Belarus. But if
Yeah,
there's a
same.
hero that can carry a team from the underdog position, it's gotta be the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. Can definitely see that. Find its inner workings, get something done, but we'll see. It's going to be tough. I think this Ursa, especially if you doom the Sand King or the Phantom Lancer, like, you're just in trouble on the side of Moldova.
Well, let's see what's going to happen as we are underway with the second game of this first playoff match between Belarus and Moldova. Can Belarus make it one step closer to the World Esports Championships, or is Moldova going to start mounting a comeback?
Yeah, we'll have to see who gets the victory out of this one, but I think, I'm really thinking that Belarus is going to have quite the advantage going on, if I do say so myself, and especially if they get first blood.
Well, let's take a quick look at the facets. Yayo went for the Sand Shroud, which is Tony Yayo Sandstorm increased radius and grants invisibility. We're now looking at the Phoenix, so clearly with a Dying Light dealing 4.5% base damage. Enchant Spellbound, cast range is increased. This is what we saw Cloud Strife go for last game. Bull Rush, Charge of Darkness, faster after connecting or canceling it. Yesterday we did see Spirit Breaker go for the opposite facet, quite interestingly. And for the Dire side, we are looking at Pio. He will have the Bear Down debuffs inflicted on Ursa 20% longer. But they're going to go for an engagement as we're looking at the facets. And let's see, Requiem doesn't even have scaled up Bash yet. A couple of Fury Stripes connecting. Fade Bolt for separation. Who's going to be faster fingers? And it's going to be Yayo getting the Bounty Rune. And now, so bad. Blood Grenaded down. He's getting right-clicked. He will fall to a final right-click from Tony of the Phoenix, but another disposed reposition Cloud Strife, and it's going to be a 1-for-1. Still, First Blood going in the favor of the Radiant squad. And looking at the Bounty Rune split, we had the Ursa, and that's it. And no, the Ursa and the Doombringer collecting 2 for Belarus and 2 for Moldova. So Moldova with a good start this time around. Let's see if they can keep on leading up with this momentum. Yeah, nice start, BCOP. Especially with the First Blood claimed by Moldova. They're gonna have a slight early goal lead, which is a good start for them if they want to come back.
Yeah, you know, First Blood's definitely going to be very important. We saw, I mean, the big chunk of gold it can give you can definitely turn lanes around. And I'm interested to see how mid goes for Yayo, considering he did not have a game in game number 1. Like, it was no lifing the entire thing. And Phoenix, dropping there, and that is not what you want, especially not even trading the Elder Titan. I mean, that's rough. Because, I mean, Phoenix, getting that, you said Moldova got the First Blood, so, I mean, with that, it's just like, okay. Well, now Phoenix, all that First Blood is kind of for naught, right?
I believe he was the one to actually get the First Blood. So, yeah, truly kind of
rough.
nullified there.
Sentry down mid, I mean, Yayo is not enjoying his time. He's getting right-clicked away while he's sitting in that sandstorm.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup, I think. Rubik is a really good mid laner, especially in the first, 10, 12 minutes, because he just nukes you out of the lane with a Fade Bolt. If he hits level 6 fast, he instills one of your spells. But Sand King is very strong of himself. Oh my god. Marzi Doom, and let's see, is this Doom going to do better than the Moldovan Doom from the first game? So far, it seems to be the case, but PL is only level 2 yet for now.
It's already a different build, too, because it was Infernal Blade to start. So it wasn't
versus a melee carry, that's why.
Yeah, it wasn't that Scorched Earth to go, but disposing a rebound on this PL can make life very difficult, and even with this Doppelganger, you just gotta dive the tower! Oh! Didn't commit to it. Meanwhile, Rubik gets the solo kill. I think they could have committed to killing that PL. I think the dive was right there for you. Truthfully.
Wait, was that a solo?
Mid, yeah.
Oh my god.
It was, in fact, a solo. Oh, for dash. And not the greatest of stomps there by Elder Titan. There used to be a time where, when you were playing Elder Titan, as the bash might have just saved the life of that Phoenix, there used to be a time where you'd stack the camp that the Elder Titan's on right now. You'd stack that 2 or 3 times and stack your small camp as well. And then just have your Astral Spirit go through that. You're all of a sudden hitting for 150 extra early, and you just get so many kills. And they go on this Phantom Lancer bottom again.
Oh my goodness, Rubicon falling.
You can't do anything, because if you Doppelganger too early, you're in trouble. You Doppelganger too... Like, it's just... Damned if you do, damned if you don't. The rebound takes care of you pretty easily early on with your illusions.
I guess you could say, in a sad way, but you could say there's a reason we don't see PL played, and the fact that he's not a strong laner or good early game is one of these reasons, right? That's why we see the likes of Troll. Troll is much better. Imagine a Troll in that scenario. You just pop the whirling axis and you're fine.
I think he's also, unfortunately, here with kind of a bad support. I don't think Enchantress really does any favors to this Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. Also going for the double points in chance just like last game, which is something that we already questioned first time around.
Charge on the PO. Oh,
Nice
and a
bash.
follow-up bash. That's not fair. PO just got back to lane, too. He literally just TP'd back.
Yayo.
Yeah, he's not living the good life. And they should have a way to pull him back. And that's the Sullen Sandstorm. So that is not Sand King Sandstorm.
It's a Rubik Storm?
And he ends up stealing the Burrow Strike now. So they've got vision. They can kill him. Yep.
No TPs to help. And who would even TP the Spirit Breakers like 20 mana?
He's got no
8
charge.
TP? Yeah,
he's got no charge to even stop them anyway. And giving up charge might even be worse. I think we're at the same point as last game.
I think it's actually going to be
not
worse.
Yeah.
Okay, 1J trying to man up. I think he would still die here to this Enchantress. Oh no, he had the Lotus. Actually, it was Meow popping the Lotus on top of the Marcy, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. But now,
Doom actually likes this. By the way,
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but he got the kill second. It's the solo experience for him. Oh god, the bashes have been pretty great for Spirit Breaker. Just unfortunate that they haven't made more than just this yet. Ooh, if he had Scorched Earth or anything, yeah, they still have the vision.
And we saw that from Moldova in game 1, despite, starting off on the back foot, they had a few, 3 minutes where they did a few good plays, and then they got punished, and, okay, punished they are. Oh, man. Tough life of being a Phoenix core. Tough life of being a Phoenix in general. Even if you play support Phoenix, this is what happens to you when you're being, you're facing an Ursa.
I was about to say, Sand King's in trouble again.
Rubik is blocking the camps with the sentries that he purchased. That's very nice. Not allowing the Sand King to get stacks and get back into this.
Rubik steals charge, telekinesis, and he charged for a second, but he didn't go anywhere. Oh no! Rubik might have just played himself, but
Epicenter?
Yeah, Epicenter's enough. That's unfortunate that he played himself. He went up there. Considering the fact that he had been up there and hasn't... I mean, he has this vision here. If he was paying attention, he should have known that at least some of that was coming his way.
And all this time,
Does he just kill Spirit Breaker here?
He does.
Oh. Does he... There's no way to stop a TP if he wanted to go, but he doesn't have one.
He's out anyway.
Great juke around the trees.
And you know what's even worse, Speak Up? While all this disaster was happening, Belarus also grabbed both of the Wisdom Runes.
Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes.
It's a bit of a mismatch, isn't it? Let's be honest here, I think.
Oh, gosh.
It's a tough one.
That feels so bad. Marcy's level 6. So now, before the offlane, Phoenix is 6. You're 6 on the Marcy. So even if you get that Supernova off, it's gone anyway.
The win
That
probability
is gone.
It's already at 70%, by the way.
It should be lower than that. Right? The other side should be lower. It should be higher on 70.
Yeah. On Cloud Strife, gotta die next.
Yeah. There's no way to save him. Phantom Lancer can't show in that lane or he just gets doomed.
What is the PL build you'd like to see here? Because I know PL's like going for the Aghanims first, but I feel like it might take too long. Oh my god, he's going Midas!
Yeah. This is another... it's the Midas fallacy, right? You think you're going to come back if you do it, but you're too far behind if you have it. And I think that's a big problem as Sand King dies here. Stolen Epicenter?
How does that even happen?
Wait. 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 That means, because Epicenter's off cooldown now, that means Sand King hasn't used anything else since that fight.
No,
that can't happen.
Can't be true. That can't be true.
That can't happen.
Maybe
I mean, it may not be. I don't know. The last time I looked at the Rubik, he had nothing.
Well, Cloud Strife, untouchable, is not going to help you versus Fury Swipes and Unleashed. Unleashing the untouchable.
Gosh. He has Epicenter again in 30 seconds. Or, sorry, no. Never mind. He got Sandstorm. I was watching the Rubik in Sandstorm, saying he's got it again in a second. But now he's got that extra spell amp, and the cast range is so big. Like, Sandstorm's going to do some awful damage. You're going to be in so much trouble.
Okay. Now the Spirit Breaker gets caught again.
There's a telekinesis to go with this. And after a charge, yeah, he doesn't even need it.
So the
that spell amp's so good. Go on.
He went for the spell steal as well, so he can just spam the spells much more than the opponents because he has lower mana cost on all the spells that he's stealing. Rough. I mean, what is that to say?
Charge top. If you even pop this, you're just dead anyway. There's no way you get super I think you just commit to this.
TPs?
You stick it. You've got Spare Vessel, and now
what a
sleep, you're dead.
Oh! Doesn't matter.
Dude, they stopped the charge. They got the deny. That's pretty hype. But they got they stopped the charge with the telekinesis, throwing it down on the Spirit Breaker, and Pio's just in too far. Oy.
Nice.
Oy.
Okay.
That went from looking so beautiful for Belarus to maybe tilting Pio.
Okay, going on to a Rever 10 Rubik with the Marcy's, there's not a way to go. Well, there's a way to go back to base, I guess, but not to go in team fight.
You just had a good fight. Why? You just killed the Ursa. You denied the Phoenix. You didn't give up anything. Why?
I'm gonna be honest, and I don't want to hear any account buyers in chat. Okay, I am immortal, barely, almost divine again. I didn't know you can deny the Phoenix Egg.
Yeah. It's always been
that is a cool play, especially because they had like
Good
4 other players there. Yeah. Well,
especially if you've got Axe and you pull somebody in.
Oh, that's great.
Then you deny 2 people.
Midas completed on the PL. He also has the first Blade of Alacrity. Okay. He's most farmed hero on his side, which I guess is as expected.
He's got a Midas. He should be.
Yeah. But like still behind the Ursa, which just died. So
just
it's
barely though. And this is Ursa pre-farming tool. Although he went Wand Phase Wraithband. Where is his gold? Why do I feel like this doesn't equal 6,000 net worth?
Maybe
because I guess he's already got the broadsword. He doesn't have the quelling blade, so he doesn't actually need that much more money on the Battle Fury. They're starting to make. Oh, he got the Doom off.
Rubicon?
Oh, he got the Doom off on Spirit Breaker.
If one team dies there, he almost killed Diego. Oh my God! One hit. Someone deny him quickly.
Oh, so close again.
And it's the same thing. I told you. This is Moldova did last game. They were losing a lot. They would get a few team fights or skirmishes that would go in their favor, but they would never be able to, not throw away those little victories. So let's see if they're gonna be able to, reset for a couple more minutes, wait for the PL Axe to come through, and then go for another fight. Because that was a great team fight. Yes, you used the Supernova, but the Doom was also in cooldown.
Oh no!
They're trading so bad's life though. Pops here, Spitter.
I mean, yeah, but it's also you've died on your Wisdom rune.
Yeah.
That you're gonna lose.
TPing? No, not like this.
Don't give up another.
He's going for it. He got it.
He got it, but he died. It's not worth it. That's 2 kills for a Wisdom rune that he didn't even activate. It's in his bottle.
Well, he'll still have it. That's fine. I think
I know.
if
I know,
the
but
Stanking is not the one to die there and it's the Enchantress instead, that's much better. But losing your mid laner who is so far behind right now, look at his net worth, 4.7k, it's awful. Look at that charge as well. Oh my god, he's speed running all around the map.
And follow-up sweep. Yep. Oh, gosh. Axe completed on this Rubik. Just got to get delivered to him.
Rubicon? Oh my god. That was a long TP.
So now you've got Ags buffs
Okay.
available. So Sandstorm, stealing that is definitely priority.
Yeah.
And then you could steal Spirit Lance to make life really difficult. You could Supernova and pull somebody in. They don't exactly have great egg hitters on this team. So if you steal Supernovas, they kill Requiem. I don't know. I don't know if they kill that egg. Because you got to remember, like, the Ags gives extra attacks to kill. And I don't think they do well against this egg.
And he's level 13, so he's the equivalent of... No, it's only one point. Okay, no, level 10 on Tony.
Yeah,
and then you have the Earth Splitter sleep as well, you know, to cover up the Supernova that could get stolen by the Rubik.
And the Sandstorm is at level 2 right now, but Rubik steals it anyway. The Ags upgrade on it's going to be pretty gross.
Okay, charging Yayo. He's on the low ground in the river, bro. Who does that?
Oh, this might go through a couple heroes. Don't angle yourself the wrong way. He actually doesn't commit to it.
Yeah, he spotted the Arcane Rune top, I think. He just wants to get the Arcane Rune before he goes for anything on the Rubik.
Oh my god.
Reducing even a cooldown.
What a greedy Rubik.
He's got a blink on the Sanking, though. I don't think it helps, but... Maybe you can... If Rubik's alone, you can chain stun him, maybe? Burrow Strike, charge, Nether Strike?
He's charging into the smoke, and I don't think he knows it.
Oh, Requiem shows himself.
He will re-steal charge at now level 3, so that was about to run out. Now he's got that. They've got this obs here, too. I mean, that charge kind of gives it away, right?
Yeah.
That they had an obs in lane, you'd think. And now he's also got fire spirits. Yikes.
Oh yeah, of course, he's got the Ags, right? So he can steal both Fire Spirits and Supernova. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. If he does that, that's crazy.
My question really is, does PO get to a point where you care? Like, you've got Ursa, who's farming really well, who's about to have an Aegis. Do you care about a PL? Well, you don't care about a Spirit Breaker, that's for sure. Oof.
I think you don't care about him until minute 40.
Oh no, Enchantress. Spirits.
It's so painful to watch.
No, that doesn't work with the Vessel on you.
He tried.
Oy.
This is hurting me. I gotta be honest with you. But it's I love seeing the Rubik mid. You know what? More of these, please. Yes, Belarus. I told you, they're becoming my favorite squad.
They're doing well. They're doing well. They got it going on.
Marcy's going for a B as well for herself. Rubicon is getting pinged out. Rubicon, you gotta get out there. You gotta do it now. It's too late.
Oh, boy.
Tries to juke around. Goes onto the Rubik. Does some damage, but the Doom perfect onto him. And at least we know they have some damage from the PL. Oh my god, Cloud Strife.
Oh no. By the way, I just got somebody who tweeted at me because I've been talking about it so much, but Falcons are playing Ancient Apparition.
Mid?
No. Snake King's playing it.
Okay,
I wish it was mid. Are you kidding me? No, it's at least getting a chance here. Because a lot of people are like, this hero shit. Now my question is, what facet did he take? If he took the strength one, I don't really care.
Nice power
This
strike out to escape. Do you
oh,
think there's a
throw,
universe in which
throw.
we see a comeback from Moldova? Like, if we replay this game in 100 other universes, do you think Moldova wins in any of them? Right now,
Yeah, they've
this
got
map.
PL, and out of 100, they can definitely get it done. But this is gonna be tough. You just steal epicenter here.
I think you might have.
I don't even know if you need it.
They're going for the fight now. They're trying to do their best. PL onto 1J. Oh my god! Stolen nether strike. Peacock, what's happening?
This is GG. Yeah, that's it. Hey, it's no surprise. I mean, they just dominated mid and dominated these lanes. 2-0 for Belarus. Very quickly, might I add.
Incredible performance, Belarus. Wow. Right now, one best of 3 away from making it to the World Esports Championships in Riyadh in November. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm speechless. I think it was such an impressive performance, and I'm sad to see the second game end so quickly because I really wanted to see more of that Rubik. I think that Rubik was very much fun, but in the end, even the final team fight, right? Stolen Epic Center, stolen Nether Strike. Come on, what are we talking about? But looking at the bracket, most likely they will be facing Ukraine in that upper semifinal, where because Ukraine is 1-0 in their series versus Turkey, and Ukraine might be. I mean that's making me salivate already. I'm just thinking Ukraine versus Belarus playing at this level, B Cup. I think it could be an absolute bloodbath for the first qualifying slot.
It definitely could be. And Sweden, by the way, they took their first game over Macedonia as well. So all the favorites winning right now. Poland is not the favorite to me against Greece without Nisha. So all the favorites right now winning. But the qualifying matches tomorrow that can come out of this could be very interesting. I'd love to see them. I'd be very excited.
So that means Greece has won their first game as well?
Yes, Greece won their first game. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Sweden, North Macedonia 1-up. Belarus already qualified. Ukraine with the lead versus Turkey. I mean, it's all shaping up quite as we were predicting at the beginning of the day, right? As we see on our screens right now, one of the very few, the final actually team fight attempt from Moldova, who sadly will go down to the lower bracket, where they will be awaiting their opponent. I believe that might be the winner between France and Romania. I'm not quite sure exactly how to read this bracket, to be fair.
LM3? So, loser of match 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's going to be Moldova going up against France or Romania, which...
If Romania qualifies, beating France somehow, despite a poor performance, Moldova, Romania, I'm telling you, you'll get a lot of Romanian viewers on stream later today, if obviously we do put it on stream.
Yeah, what we've got coming up though is going to be Croatia against Bulgaria, which will be our matchup coming into that, and we'll have to see what goes on with the other BO3s. But we're going to be taking a break, maybe an extended break, not a quick break coming up, but an extended break of over an hour. We'll be back with Croatia and Bulgaria soon enough, though. So get yourself some snacks. And yeah, we'll be back soonish. Soon.
We'll be back at one point.
At one point, we'll be back.